I'm gonna have to go tell the world exactly what's on the list.
Hey, Bleedbigblue, Tim from the podcast. Just wanted to come talk to you guys. I know week one didn't meet our expectations, or definitely not what we wanted. But hey, it's a loss. It happens during this season. Ours just happened to happen week one. Not happy about it, but what are you gonna do? You know, hopefully we got 15 weeks to figure it out. But it's the time of the week, guys. It's time for the list of glory and the list of shame. But we're gonna start with the positive, as hard as that is after a loss. List of glory, number 1, Roger Lewis.
You just made the list.
Thank you for sparking our offense and actually getting our offense to move in the right direction. I think actually getting multiple first downs, that was crazy, wasn't it? Especially after that first half. You played great. You gave us a spark. You stepped it up a little bit more than other receivers did. You thought Brandon Marshall would pick up the slack, but he did not. Roger Lewis, you stepped it up, and for Odell being out, so good job, man. So props to you, Roger Lewis. You made the list of glory. Number 2, Darnell Jenkins.
You just made the list.
You played great, as usual. I'm expecting you to be a shutdown corner. That's all you did last year. That's all I continue to see from you. It's amazing. Keep on doing it. You shut down Dez Bryant. He didn't do anything. You missed one tackle. He gained some BS yards. That's fine. Not a big deal. For their top target, he get like 40 yards total for the game? That's nothing. They called you for a pass interference call. That was not a pass interference call. That was a horrible call. So I don't blame you at all for that. But anyways, Darnell Jenkins, props to you for making the list of glory. Number 3, DJ Goodson.
You just made the list.
You made the list of glory, man. Good job. First start, what you have, 14 tackles at least? Hey, awesome. You were all over the field. And obviously it's a lot more work than you expected in your first week as our starting middle linebacker, because you were on the field most of the time and you were doing what you had to do. And I saw you stick Ezekiel Elliott pretty good, and that's pretty hard for a guy with that big of a head to knock him on his ass. Good job. And that's what I want to keep seeing. And the funny thing is, I'm glad you're playing like this, because you're just going to improve. I can't wait to see what you look like at the end of the season. Now, that's my 3 guys for the list of glory, but I do want to give a shout out to the whole defense, because for a team to be out there as long as you guys were and only give up 19 points, the offense completely let you guys down, but you guys played awesome. If you play like that the rest of the season and our offense actually scores some points, we're going to win a lot of games this year. Now, to the negative, guys. It's pretty easy when after a loss to give out the list of shame. But I'm going to start out with number 1. Now, this could be the whole offensive line, but I'm going to pick out one particular one that really pissed me off, is John Jerry. John, you shouldn't be starting.
Shame.
That's not your fault, but we'll get to that later.
Shame.
Jerry, you're doing the same things you were doing in the preseason. Simple stunts are toasting you, and you're letting inside pressure get to Eli, which is worse than the tackles allowing pressure. And you're the most veteran offensive lineman on this team. There's no excuse for it. You shouldn't be starting. John Jerry, you made the list of shame. Shame on you, John Jerry. Number 2, Eli Manning.
Shame.
I'm very disappointed in what you were doing.
Shame.
This game. If you saw, my preview for the game, I was looking for Eli to establish himself as he should be as the best quarterback in the NFC East. He did not do that. He played horrible. When he finally got it going, of course he did the usual, got an interception. Roger Lewis almost almost bailed him out and ripped it off out of the guy's hands, but of course Eli had to throw the interception, but he just didn't play up to par. He didn't give people targets. He was dinking and dunking. It's like it's almost he's scared to throw deep. Eli, that's not the way you play. You better get back to the way you play. So, Eli, you made the list of shame. Shame on you, Eli. Number 3. Now, with a loss, you almost got to go to the top. And that's what I'm doing with this one. Number 3, I'm giving it to Ben McAdoo. I'm going to preface this by, I watched Thursday night, Andy Reid, who had all off season to get ready for Bill Belichick. He came up with a great offensive scheme, being creative, and doing what he's got to do and scored tons of points. Now, Ben McAdoo showed he has that capability because we actually moved the ball in the second half and we're creative moving the ball in the second half. But for some reason, we wanted to simplify and not do any of that in the first half, which could have helped us out a whole lot and maybe helped our defense out and actually take them off the field for a few minutes to get some rest. I think Ben McAdoo completely dropped the ball, with the way he did the offensive scheme in the beginning of the game. And I also blame him for some people starting that shouldn't be starting, especially after the preseasons they had, such as John Jerry, who Brent Jones, you should be starting, or DJ Fluker. I'll take either one after what I've seen from Jerry. And Paul Perkins, you shouldn't be starting either. Darkwood's outplayed you. He's outplayed you all preseason. I'm not even a Darkwood guy, but Darkwood should be starting. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Giants went out and traded for a running back and probably a guard. But Ben McAdoo, you got 15 games to prove yourself. I want to see better. I expect better. Ben McAdoo, I don't want to see you on this list again. You made the list of shame. Shame on you, Ben McAdoo. Now, guys, as usual, I want to know your list of glory, list of shame. I know we're all pissed off, but hey, we got a game Monday night. Let's hopefully see some changes. And I still bleed big blue. Always.